Kia ora all, welcome back. Been like a month or so, been a pretty hectic month for us. Shana and I and Austin actually had our last day at school yesterday as of filming. And Thea's got her last day coming up this week. So I thought we'd just do a quick check-in as to what we've been up to as we get ready for our big adventure off to Dubai.
Travel the world, we are dreaming till the sun comes up. Wake up.
So one of the big ones that happened is after 9 or 10 weeks of waiting, our passports finally arrived. Classic DIA, kept on waiting and waiting and waiting. And on their website, the passport wait times kept blowing out from 4 weeks to 6 weeks to 8 weeks to 10 weeks. But eventually, passports got there. And so it meant that we could then go and book our tickets for our flights to get over there. And so one of the cool things about quite a few of the international teaching jobs is the schools will offer to either pay for your flights or reimburse you if you pay for them yourself. So we're not too worried about getting the cheapest possible flights to get over there, and we're able to kind of wangle it to do best by the kids for their first big international flight. And so we have booked flights to leave Wellington on the 6th of August. Happy birthday, Shana. We fly up to Auckland, spend the night in Auckland, meet up with Shana's parents in the Auckland hotel for one last little get together. And we leave next morning for Singapore, fly out to Singapore, spend the night in Singapore, and then the next afternoon we fly out to Dubai. So we've broken it up for the kids just so they don't have to do like a 17-hour direct flight from here to Dubai for their first flight. And then with our time winding down here in New Zealand, we've been up to a few family activities, I guess. Shana was quite keen to do one sort of big last running event before we left. So she did some last minute training and decided to run in the Wellington Marathon, but just doing the 10k event. Right, keep an eye out for Mum. Oh, there she is. Ready? Right.
Hi, Mom! Hi, Mom! Go, 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 Mom!
And that was actually our second trip into the stadium in the previous sort of few weeks. Decided to jump on the Phoenix bandwagon and head in for the big semi-final. And then the final kind of big thing that we've been up to in the last sort of couple of months is my mother, or the nana, for all the grandkids' 6th birthday, she buys them a zoo encounter, a close encounter at Wellington Zoo, and then goes along with them. And so Austin and his cousin Vera, they're pretty similar in age, and so for their 6th birthdays, which was last year, just hadn't found a weekend that worked for all 3 families to get in there. And so finally they went in and they did the giraffe close encounter. Luckily for me, it needs to be 1 adult per child, so Mum and I, we got to go in and hang out with the giraffes.
Ready? Oh, you're doing really good. He would have lifted you up and thrown you over his shoulder.
Zahara has lifted smaller people before. Yeah.
Hold it a bit higher, Austin.
Either.
See the size of the tongue? Here?
Bless her. She might need help.
And then, as I kind of mentioned, we all finished up at the end of term 2 here in New Zealand, which is now a couple of weeks ago. And so super busy kind of week for us, particularly Shayna. She had she'd been at her school for only this year, for 6 months, and so she had her farewell on Thursday. And then on her final day on the Friday, it's just the usual at school, the sort of same farewell to all the kids.
Hello, Cecilia. Hi. Hi, Sheena.
Say bye to the camera.
Then she left early and she raced down to Austin, down to Coota Street.
With the beautiful, gorgeous Austin, and I see Austin's mum's here as well. Do you want to come and stand with him? Okay, it's all right. I'm Austin's mum. We are always sad when we lose a kid from seeing them every day, but we know, Austin, that you're off on an adventure, aren't you? Where are you off to? Dubai. Enjoy this farewell song to you, especially for you. Okay?
And then from there, Shana again racing down to my school. So I've been there for my 4th year there. And so Shana raced down, brought along Austin, and then we did my sort of farewell. And so then mine was down on the school marae. You have most of the staff invited along to speak. Then a chance for me to reply and sort of express my gratitude and feelings of my last sort of few years at my school. And then for Thea, we kept her in daycare for a few days, just to help us keep her out of our hair for a few days while we got to keep cleaning up around the house. And so then for her final day at daycare, they've got a couple of traditions at her daycare, which is the same one that Austin went to. That if they're having a nature walk, they're allowed to choose the destination for the last nature walk. And so Thea gleefully chose to head down to Rocky Bay.
What's today?
My last day at daycare.
Woo.
It's my last hour. It's my last day at daycare, and I'm going on a special nature walk. Can I run ahead? Dad, can I run ahead? It's my last nature walk, and we're going to Rocky Bay Beach. I and my mummy and daddy and brother are all coming on my nature walk.
We headed back to Thea's daycare, and then they have like a leaving ceremony. And so Thea, as the leaver, gets to wear korowai, sits on the couch in front of everyone, and then the lead teacher sort of goes through. They've got like a little book, like all the little stories for their 2, 3, 4 years they've had at daycare. So Thea loves it, of course, centre of attention, living her dream basically. Other than that, like our sort of big decisions we've had to make the last couple of months have been around the what to keep, what to store, what to take with us. So I'll look to do a bit of a video the next week or so around what we are taking specifically and sort of how we went about deciding what to take. But otherwise, we've literally been selling everything we own. If we're not taking it, it's been sold or given away. And so we're down to our last few possessions to get rid of. So if anyone knows anyone who's after a Prius or an EV, let us know, because it'd be quite handy to have those gone before we fly out.
This is the last day of our house. We've cleaned it and we're about to hand it over to the new people. Kaki dear.
And so now we are officially out of our house in the bay. We handed over the keys to our tenants, and then literally less than 12 hours later, we had contact from our rental agency saying the roof's leaking. So here's hoping that's not a sign of what it's like to be a landlord. But we're out here in the mighty upper hut with my parents. So we'll stay here for a couple of weeks. Otherwise, next couple of weeks will be spent just kind of making the most of our summer break, our summer holiday, before we fly out, head to Dubai, and properly begin our big adventure. So until next time, like, subscribe, all that sort of carry on. Ka kite. See you later.
Travel the world, we are dreaming till the sun comes up. Wake up.
Bye, house.
Oh, but it's gotta have some fun. Oh, wow.